This is a set on a tournament where we know that we have 12 teams which are divided into 2 pools of 6 each. It is given that at the pool stage, each team in a pool plays with every other team in the pool, and then the top 3 teams based on the score or net run rate, and it given that there is a no tie that happens, either a team wins or loses, and based on the score or net run rate, the top 3 teams from each pool advance to the Super 6 stage. From at the Super 6 stage, each team in a pool from this pool plays every other team, and then the top 2 teams in each of these 3 from amongst each of these 3 reach the semi-finals. So the winners of these semi-finals reach the final, and there will be one winner eventually at the end of the tournament, right? That's the format of the tournament that we have, and the question that we have is, what is the total number of matches in the tournament? How many matches will be there? We know that there are 6 teams in each pool, and there are 2 such pools. So each team plays every other team. So 6C2 matches in each pool. So 6C2 into 2 here. That is one way to do it. Or you can also arrive the number of matches in each pool by saying that there are 6 teams and each team plays every other team. So the top team you count for 5 matches. So next team 4 matches, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That will also add up and give you the same value. And then in the Super 6 stage, there are 3 teams here and there are 3 teams on the other side. So 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here. So each team plays 3 matches with every other team. So that means there are a total of 9 matches here. So 6C2 into 2, 6C2 is 6 into 5 by 2 into 2. So that means we have 30 matches here and we have 9 matches. We have 2 semi-finals and we have 1 final match. So that is a total of 42 matches, 39 plus 2, 41 plus 1, 42 matches in the tournament. What is the minimum number of wins required for a team to advance to the Super 6 stage? Now, how many teams advance to Super 6 stage? From each pool, there are 3 teams that advance to the Super 6 stage. Now, out of the 3 teams that advance, we need to send 1 team with the least possible wins. Now, we know every match ends up in a win because there is no tie. One team is winning, one team is losing. So, and every match ends up in a result. So, which means we need to try and minimize the number of wins for this team. Now, how do we do that? We try and minimize the number of wins here by try and maximize in the pool stage, because there are 15 matches in one pool, the total of 15 matches, which means there are 15 victories. So this 15 victories, we will try and give as many of them as possible to the top 2 teams, so that the remaining wins we will try and distribute among the remaining teams, so that one of these can get through, one of the remaining 4 can get through. So how many wins can the top team have? The top team can have 5 victories. It wins on each of the all of its opponents, and then the next team can have 4 victories. It will lose 1 with the 1 above. So which means there are the remaining 6 matches that are there. Now these 6 matches have to be distributed between 4 teams. Now if the 6 matches are to be distributed between 4 teams, we can say each team will have 1 win each, let's say. So if we distribute 1 win each to each of these teams, there are still 2 wins that need to be distributed. Now these 2, because there are no ties, these 2 have to be wins. Now whichever team gets those wins will get through. These 2 wins can come to this team, so it can get through with 5-4-3, or the other way is that it instead we can distribute it as 1 plus 1 and 1 plus 1 to these 2 teams. So between these 2 teams, net run rate will come into play, and one of these teams can advance to the Super 6s. So which means a team can advance into Super 6 stages with only 2 wins. 3 wins is not necessary. 2 wins is sufficient. What is the maximum number of matches won by a team that failed to reach the semi-finals? Now here we need to give as many victories as possible to a team and still stop it from reaching the semi-finals. Now how can that be possible? Now we know that in the Super 6 stage, the movement to the semi-finals happens from the Super 6 stage, and in the Super 6 stage only the top 2 teams go in, the third team stays out. Now if at the Super 6 stage we have a scenario where all the 3 teams are the same at score, in terms of score, and if differentiation is done on the basis of net run rate or net score as is being given in the set, then one of the teams can stay out. Now which means till the Super 6 stage, till the end of the Super 6 stage, all the 3 teams should have the same score, which means the teams should get the same performance in the Super 6 stage, same maximum performance, which means the teams should win all the 3 matches in the Super 6 stage. So we have 3 victories at the Super 6 stage. Now which means the teams before going into the Super 6 stage also should have the same score, which means at the end of the pool stage, the teams should have the same score, which means the same number of victories. So what is the same number of victories with which the teams can go in? So there are 15 matches in the pool stage, which means can the teams go in at 5, 5 and 5 each? No, because for a team to have 5, 5 and 5 victories each, it should also be playing amongst those, meaning team A should be playing team B and ABC should be playing amongst themselves. So they cannot have equal number of victories. So the equal number of victories can be possible only if there are 4, 4 and 4 victories. So top team will have 4 victories, the next team will have 4, and the team after that will have 4, and the remaining 3 victories will be shared by the teams at the bottom. 5, 5 and 5 is not possible because what about the teams? If the total number of victories that are available are taken by these 3 teams, then what will these teams do? What about the matches that these teams play amongst themselves? So these teams also, for example, this team playing with this team has to result in a victory, which should again come out of this 15 victories here. So 4, 4 and 4 is a possible scenario with these 3 teams sharing the remaining 3 victories. So 4 matches in the pool stage, and then they go to the Super 6 stage. They win all the matches in the Super 6 stage. So 4 plus 3, 7 victories for each of the teams in the Super 6 stage. They are at 7 victories each. Now, out of these 3 teams, only 2 teams will move into the semi-final stage, which means one of them has to be left out. It will be left out in spite of having 7 victories. So 7 is the maximum number that a team can get and still fail to reach the semi-final stage.